This is the Greenland Ice Sheet. Today its ice is melting, and that water is pouring into the North Atlantic. A vanishing Greenland ice sheet matters. Greenland's ice holds enough water to raise global sea level more than 20 feet. Melt the ice sheet, and Boston, Miami, and London are underwater. People are rapidly warming the planet as they burn fossil fuels and emit large amounts of greenhouse gases. Ice all over our warming world is melting, most quickly in the Arctic. New research by an international team of scientists, coordinated by geologists at the University of Vermont, shows that most of the Greenland ice sheet melted away at least once in the last million years. This new science matters because it shows that the Greenland ice sheet vanished in the absence of human-caused global warming, when the atmosphere contained far lower concentrations of greenhouse gases than it does today. The story began during the Cold War, at the height of the atomic age.
The United States Army has established an unprecedented nuclear-powered Arctic Research Center.
The base was called Camp Century. In 1966, the first deep ice core, a mile long and 4 inches wide, was collected from the bowels of a secret U.S. base hidden within the frozen Greenland ice sheet. At the bottom of the ice core, the drillers retrieved 12 feet of soil, the ground surface preserved in a natural deep freeze. But how old was that soil? There was no way to know in the 1960s. The cores were studied and then forgotten, lost but well preserved in a Danish freezer for decades. Then, in 2017, they were found. 2 samples were shipped to the University of Vermont Geology Laboratories and carefully split among more than a dozen scientists from 4 countries. Melting the frozen soil, the team noticed something unusual, something unique. Twigs, leaves, and mosses, the remains of plants. This was more than soil. This was a frozen ecosystem. The international team of scientists used state-of-the-art techniques, atom counting, fossil light, and natural radioactivity to date the soil, something never thought possible when the core was drilled in 1966. They determined that at least once in the last million years, the ice had vanished, sunlight had warmed the soil, and tundra plants had covered the landscape. Greenland's ice melted away on its own long before humans warmed the planet. This new science tells us the Greenland ice sheet is vulnerable. Unless we address human-induced climate change, today's record ice melt will continue and likely accelerate. Sea level will rise further and faster, drowning coastal communities, flooding farm fields, and submerging entire nations.